Rumble. Give it a few seconds here and we'll get started. There we go. Rumble. Give it a few seconds. I'm going to share it on X, share it on Discord.
Yep.
All right, here we go. So welcome in everyone. This is your host Killer J. We're back with Valkyria Winter. We got
Hey.
the Maximum Potato
How's it going, everybody?
and Gilly Games, who doesn't want to be on camera today.
How you doing, guys?
He just wishes he could have a full goatee like this.
Yeah. Look at that.
Okay,
So-
I'm not sure which one's worse. Actually, with your goatees, they're both pretty bad.
God
I appreciate it.
murders the moment you come on the stream. And well, we're going to talk about some modern gaming and the problems specifically with modern gaming. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Follow me on Rumble, Killer J Plays. YouTube is Killer J 1989, and Twitch is Killer J 1989. I don't do Kick anymore because I love myself. So modern gaming, man, we could start this off in any number of ways. But we're going to start with the worst microtransactions.
Ripping the Band-Aid off early, I see.
Yeah, we're going to rip that shit off as early as possible. Microtransactions, come on.
They are a blight in gaming. Always have been.
The majority, we're not talking about the cosmetic unlocks. We're talking about like
The gambling one.
the gambling ones, like loot
Mhm.
boxes and
Yep.
Or that shit that Call of Duty pulled a couple years back where they were charging real money for reticles.
Hell yeah. Didn't know about that one.
that should
Well,
tell you
that's-
how much we played Call of Duty.
That's almost as bad as Blizzard with Diablo 3 with their trading system that they had. You had to pay real money to buy items for your character in
Yeah.
their trading.
Oh,
I think the day that I got fed up with microtransactions, and this is a real story, by the way,
hmm
was early on into Apex Legends. I think it was the first. Yeah, it was the first heirloom that was released. Bloodhound's hunting knife. It was behind a massive microtransaction paywall where you had to buy an insane amount of bloated Apex packs that instead of being their usual $1 a pack were like $7 a pack before you unlocked a secondary pay per phase pass that would eventually get you to Bloodhound's heirloom. Now, mind you, at this point I had spent a couple $100 on Apex because I was on Apex heavy. But the change in monetization and the gratification of this heirloom had a bunch of players pissed off, and we were not quiet about it all over Twitter. And one of the Respawn devs had the balls to tell us that he was tired of hearing us freeloaders complain about the game and its monetization. And that was the day that I uninstalled Apex and said, fuck Respawn and fuck EA. And I have never touched Apex again.
It took you that long to say fuck EA.
Well, I had always been fuck EA, but remember when Respawn first were like, yeah, we're under EA, but we're our own thing. And then
Yeah,
they
but
pulled EA microtransactions. No, fuck that. And then, like, to call me, I took it personally because, again, I had spent hundreds of dollars on Apex packs and cosmetics and everything the fuck else. So for you to call me a freeloader because I don't want to buy what is essentially like, I think it was like $350 worth of bullshit before I could have the chance to purchase the heirloom, go fuck yourself, bro.
Oh my gosh! And what was that game they put out recently? What was it, like a $2,000 DLC or something, or unlock? I forgot what it was. It was
Oh,
like a
you're talking
boat.
about when they did the no, it was when they did the Final Fantasy crossover. The fucking the death box fucking cosmetic that that was based off of Final Fantasy 7 was like you had to buy like $2,000 worth of shit just to get to it.
You doing too much? Hell no.
That's a whole lot of fuck ass shit.
Yeah, I know. Here lately, unfortunately, and unfortunately lately, it's been really bad for EA. But I mean, they're getting a little bit better because I'm noticing that Battlefield 6 isn't nearly egregious as some of the other games. But then again, I don't think anybody really cares to buy microtransactions in Battlefield. They just unlock what's already there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I,
unless they start doing random shit like COD does, where they have like celebrity skins and television crossovers. But realistically, Battlefield players have never given a fuck about that kind of stuff. They've always been in it for like the realistic, tactical, like milsim shit. So
I am extremely I am extremely disappointed with some of the different skins that you can unlock in Fortnite, and Call of Duty is just as bad. Like, what was the meme going around? Nicki Minaj.
yeah,
But that's skins. Like that's not really part unless that's actually part of the actual loot boxes itself.
Yeah,
That's a whole different thing.
but here's where we go into a different topic though. But putting in skins like that as a trend, because you know for a fact that the majority of people that play Call of Duty, they want a somewhat realistic military experience. But when you got fucking Beavis and Butthead shooting the shit out of you, all that shit goes out the window.
yeah,
Well, that's probably because they need the money. Like look at like Battlefield is what 6 is doing a lot better than what COD is now.
Yeah.
Okay, COD because again this has all got to do with the fact that all the big companies that produce games and stuff have been fat and lazy. Okay, they just expect us to go buy the slop, and this is when you have things like Baldur's Gate 3, Expedition 33. All these all these other little games just pop out of the blue and just hit big time. Why? Is because they were actually making their games for the players, not just here's a slot, go take it, and also we want your money type of thing. That's why Battlefield 6 is now boomed so massively, is because they giving that experience of the military aspect that people wanted. Like go into a game with all your mates or random people and just go have fun. Yeah, of course you're gonna there's trolls and all that sort of stuff, but that's typical for those games anyway. But still, it's giving you that good experience that people wanted. They brought back this is that Battlefield. Go have fun. Here's your tanks, aircrafts, whatever. Go enjoy. While you have Call of Duty still bring out all that slop. It's like, oh yeah, here's Nikki, whatever. So they can get people in there. Look at their last game that they brought, a complete piece of crap. Storyline makes no sense. And well, yeah, they have all the Beavis and Butthead. You got too many hackers in there as well, which of course is going to be in Battlefield 2, but still. at the moment, I'm guessing that's not as bad, but Call of Duty was massive with all the hackers, like especially Warzone. I think it was. There was no point in playing that at all. I just stopped playing.
Yeah, absolutely no reason.
Speaking of Expedition 33, we have ourselves a celebrity over here.
Shit.
He's been playing the shit out of Expedition 33. So if you want to check out the game, check him out. Gilly Games
on
Gilly.
YouTube, baby. Yeah, we're actually going to do a stream after this. They're typically 3 to 5 hours, just depending on what I feel like doing. So,
Nice.
You always stream so late, and by the time you stream, I'm like getting ready for bed. So,
yeah,
this
is just temporary right now. I'm out of work right now for some busted ribs. So,
well, that's always fun. Hope you heal soon.
Appreciate you.
We're definitely hoping you heal better than the last work injury.
Yeah.
I was going to say you should have stopped that. I won't say that on YouTube.
this motherfucker right here, man. His job is trying to kill him.
Trying to. Coal mining is definitely not a job I would recommend for anybody.
I wouldn't recommend a lot of mining.
No.
The only mining I would recommend is Minecraft mining. Like,
hell yeah.
For
Or that one game, what is it? The one that you go up in outer space. What is it? The expedition game. Fuck. I don't know.
Are we talking about No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky. That's what it is.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, I need to play that more often because I got it on like Switch 2 and I got it on PC.
Of course.
I still remember playing that shit on launch, man. Like it was just so bare bones, and what they've like done now is just fucking amazing.
Yep. Well, speaking of, like, they overpromised and underdelivered. But here's the thing, though. Like with them, yes, they did eventually deliver it, and they're still delivering new content all the time. Like I see that game come up at least once a year. It's all every year, and it's always positive praise. But the thing is, you've got a lot of companies out there that are, promising different things and under delivering. Like, what are some really good examples of that to you guys?
So I feel like the reason why No Man's Sky gets a pass is because they admitted it. They admitted it up front. Like, hey, we rushed the game to meet our deadline. We're super sorry. Give us 6 months to a year. We promise we'll fix it. And then they delivered, and they've just been dropping amazing content ever since. But there are so many. Look at Mind's Eye, for example, which was supposedly the GTA killer.
That's a good example.
The game
right
was
there.
Dead on arrival. They overpromised and massively under. It was supposed to be a metaverse with its own social hub and social gathering aspects where you and a couple buddies or some randoms that you thought were cool could jump into missions, GTA style, steal cars, do whatever, blah, 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 blah. And it's not that the fuck at all. In fact, it's so bad the game is DOA.
Well, that's the problem when they keep saying this is going to be a game to kill this other game. It's instantly going to be fail.
Yeah, like dear old Concord.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Every single game that has said we're going to kill WoW, like World of Warcraft, or anything else has either failed or just barely scraping by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're trying. Yeah.
Look at X Defiant, for example. And I loved X Defiant. It was supposed to be the COD killer. And a year later, the game no longer exists.
I know. And it was actually really good, too. Like, that's the crazy
If
part.
they could have fixed their server issues, the hit reg and stuff like that, the game would have been phenomenal. It was so much fun to play.
I liked it because it was kind of like a hero shooter, too. And it was kind of like, the only acknowledgement that Ubisoft is ever going to give us of Splinter Cell.
Besides the Netflix show, which I still haven't watched yet, so I can't have an opinion.
Apparently, I think that's try not to watch it.
I don't have Netflix anymore because I'm not watching that woke shit.
Well, I I put my straw hat on and I sail the seven seas for most of my content. So
Good luck.
I like it.
I have HBO and Skinamax.
I don't
Ah,
have.
HBO.
I don't think
I
I
love-
own a single streaming service.
Oh God, I paid $20, and Lord, this is not sponsored, but I paid $20 for Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO.
$20.
It's not bad.
$20, yeah, for all three services, $20.
Yeah, I would probably not Disney at all, but unfortunately they got the Star Wars as well and some other decent movies. But still, I wouldn't go for bloody Disney Plus. HBO, they still have some really bloody good old shows like The Sopranos. I go back to watching that. My God, that's so good.
You know what they don't have though? The OG
What's-
Mario movie.
Oh, really?
I actually bought that for my wife for last Christmas.
It's so terrible. It's good.
Yeah, was it?
I love movies that you can hate watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with that? Is that a Goomba? That dude's tall, and he looks like he wants to eat my. Well, never mind. I shouldn't say that.
But yeah, the going back to the topic at hand, the state of modern gaming is in desperate need for something refreshing. We need something like. Don't get me wrong, Expedition 33 is phenomenal, and it definitely put some developers on their fucking toes. But we need an absolute 180 flip on modern gaming to fix a lot. Like, stop making games live fucking service. Give
Yeah.
me a good game with maybe a year's worth of free DLC or very cheap DLC and let me play through the fucking story and be done with it, or at least give it multiple routes so it has replayability for my 70, 80, 90 fucking dollars you want to charge me. Stop making games a live service.
The other thing is that I believe what's happening as well, without talking about the RAM and stuff, is the fact that, like I said beforehand, has all these all the big companies are all getting fat and lazy.
Yeah,
all the stuff.
absolutely.
So, which is allowing things like the East, who's bringing out with really good games that everyone likes, and I'm not talking about just gooning stuff like Pretty Women, but they're actually bringing out decent stories and all that
No,
sort of stuff
look
that you
at
can play.
Look at Where Winds Meet.
Yeah, that's a
Chinese
good
made
one.
game, absolutely
Yep.
phenomenal, absolutely free to play. No content
And-
is locked behind a purchase.
Yeah, and it's single player, or you could do online with co-op, or you could do multiplayer itself, like
Yeah.
with a whole lot of people. But also, this also allows indie games, like you said, with 33, coming along the place. That allows all these smaller developers are actually making games that players actually want, and hence why they're cheap as well, which is good because majority of us don't really want to spend something like $70 to play a bloody game that comes out and complete doesn't even work all the time.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to be like they're fucking play testers. I'd like the games to come out. If I'm paying 60, 70 goddamn dollars, it's like I want the full experience. It's like Cyberpunk kind of keeps coming in my head while y'all been talking.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I bought it for PS4 when it first came out and got that delicious 10 frames per second and crash every fucking 10 minutes.
I bought it on Xbox One,
But
and I bought it curious as hell.
I just went back and replayed it a little bit because one of my people in my stream's been talking about it nonstop, and complete fucking 180 from where it was to is now.
Well, see, that's the problem with that as well. Is I don't think it should have went on the consoles straight away. They went PC. I think it was something like 60. Let's just say 60 to 40% for PC players. So 60% would have been it actually worked. There were bugs and all that sort of stuff. And then there's probably about 40% of other players on PC who probably didn't work it, because you got to remember PC builds are all different. They're not like consoles. Then they're all different. They all got different parts and all that sort of stuff. So that's why you got roughly that cent. But yes, it did a big, massive 180 as well. Like if you go back to it, it runs very smoothly. They did add things here and there. The expansion pack that they put in to it with the new thing is bloody brilliant. I love the storyline for that as well. And that actually has multiple different endings too, which is good. And that actually adds to the ending of the old one as well. So yeah, Cyberpunk did, but again, there were some comments that they made about that when, with the police stuff as well. They made stupid comments like, this is not meant to be like GTA or anything like that, yet they had the system in place anyway.
Yeah.
But, they did make stupid mistakes, and I'm not really going to comment on how CG Projekt Red is going on nowadays with all their crap at the moment, but yeah. There's a tangent from me, guys.
No, I agree.
CD Projekt Red, like, they fucked that launch up. Now, let's say that they did fix it. Of course, I didn't play the PS5 copy or the Xbox Series copy. I played it on the original Xbox One, not the OG model, but the slim model. And then recently, I bought it on Switch 2. Like, this fucking thing can run on the Switch 2. How could you not get it running on a PS4?
Well, yeah, but they shouldn't have. They should have said PS4 and the Xbox, whatever that number
I think
is.
Xbone.
They should have said, we're not doing it on the old consoles. We're going from PS5 and whatever Xbox equivalent to that is. And that's what they should have stayed. Because that was one of the downfalls, is the fact they were trying to put it on the new system and the old as well.
Yeah.
And they should have, like I said, they should have just went PC for the first year and then console afterwards.
Once they get the damn thing fixed.
Yep. And then it wouldn't have blown in their face massively, and they probably wouldn't have lost money with that whole entire thing.
Yeah, we need to get to a state of gaming where developers are no longer pushed by their higher ups to meet deadlines, because we end up with rushed games to meet a deadline that just don't work.
Nowadays, yes, but if we're going to talk about the whole entire industry during computing, I would probably say yes or no.
But I have a slight issue with that. Like, they have to have a goal in mind first.
No, I get that. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, fucking screw end goals, just release the game when it's ready. But like, stop giving us a specific date. Say winter 2026. Say spring 2027. Like, give yourself some leeway to work out those last minute bugs. Because what you're doing is you're putting out the game raw, and then we've got a massive day one patch, and then that day one patch breaks something else because it wasn't tested, and now you got a day two patch coming out to fix the day one patch that fixed the base game, and then you're in a game state where you're not able to play the game for another 2 fucking months. Whereas if you just hadn't released the game for 2 more months, you could have fucking caught all that in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, that's a big reason personally. Like, I don't play new games until like at least 2 or 3 months after the fact.
Yep.
I'm terrible at that.
Yeah, it just is like Silent Hill 2 was like one that I was going to go into, but I watched 2 streamers and watched their fucking streams just completely fall apart from it. So I'm just like, yep, I can wait.
I know you watched my stream, but by the time I got the game, it was actually
it would have been 3 or 4 months after the fact.
Yeah.
So.
They shouldn't have a 1-day patch as well. That's completely bullshit.
Yeah.
They should have somebody testing these games like for a solid 2 weeks before the release date.
And it's
they should, but why do that when they have us for free and we do it for a month and then they give us a half-ass patch, and then like Potato said, they have to fix that patch with another patch, and it just snowballs, and then the community eventually falls off.
Yeah.
Well, here's another one. How about this one? How how about those companies that release games that like they stagnate the release in order to keep the interest growing? Like, let's say the biggest example is we're gonna say Mario Strikers Battle League. That one was a terrible example because they added new characters that were already in the game as NPCs. They added them as playable characters in the game.
Are you talking about content that they're technically in the game, when it first starts off, and then they lock it and put it as a DLC?
Not even that. Like Nintendo, they're giving it all away for free, but they're making you wait.
They're time gating
to finish the game. Like the game itself, when it releases, it's not finished, and they stagnate the release to build up hype just continue to build up hype so they can try to sell more games because they know that their sports titles ain't gonna sell worth shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of time gating material.
I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, basically a certain amount of time has to pass in your gameplay or in the game's lifespan before something that should have been unlocked day one is available.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say, well, what's your opinion when companies go for early access? So they put the thing on early access for either 6 months, a year, or so, or longer, or never leave it. What would your opinion be for that then?
It can be a helpful tool.
Yes, it could definitely be helpful. I don't necessarily find it an issue with that early access because technically it is, for the most part, a somewhat comparable experience.
I do believe on this topic, though, that if you're going to do early access, that price better be fucking early access, too. If I'm if I'm alpha or beta testing your game and you're making me pay, I better pay less than its full fucking release price.
Yep. Well, the ones I've done, they have been pretty cheap. Like even Baldur's Gate 3, I think when they did their long early access, that was pretty cheap. Well, within reason, than like a full price game.
My problem is specifically those one play the game a week early only on Xbox if you get the the $80 or $90 version.
The pre-order stuff, like spend like almost $100 will be $100 or plus for me because of the exchange rate. And you get like a early access of like a week or 3 days or something like that. And it's kind of bullcrap because it's like that means that the game is actually ready before anything. You're actually the actual date that they say, this is when the game is ready on the, let's just say 20th, but you got pre-order on the 15th. So that actually really means the game is ready on the 15th, not the 20th.
Well, I've got a caveat to that. Basically, what they're doing is they're getting you to play test it for that, 3 days to a week to see if the casual audience is going to stick around with it. Because if the hardcore players, can accept the fuck ups that they have on it, casuals might not. So that's what kind of goes into their day one patch ideas.
But I don't know about that though, because casuals, like I consider myself a casual Call of Duty player, and I ain't playing that shit a week early. Like I'll play it with the rest of everybody else, but I ain't paying to play that shit a week early.
I would say it's the hardcore fans normally who would probably pre-order things than the actual casual player itself.
It's the people that want to be like tier 3 prestige by the time the normies get on that are doing that stupid pay to play a week early bullshit. Yeah.
So it's like
they want to flex their internet points.
Yes, it'd be more like for an MMO player, which is, myself, getting it early means that you can get to the higher level quicker than everyone else. You get all the good shit. And it is a flex when you get all that good shit before everyone else.
My thing is, when it comes to those types of scenarios, if you're gonna pay, play the game or pay to play the game a week early, like don't charge more for it.
Yeah.
And at least, if you're gonna do that, give them a worthwhile incentive to do so, not
Well-
just
Okay, sorry.
A lot
Not
of these
just-
games put that they put the pay to play early shit behind the ultra deluxe golden handy
Yep.
edition, and it's like,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
oh,
the
say that.
handy edition.
like,
Yeah, so when they do that, it's like, we'll give you all these wonderful little things as well, which most of the time mean absolutely nothing as well. But that's how they also get their money too, and the play testers.
I'm sorry, if you want playtesters, announce a closed alpha, announce a closed beta. Let players stress test your servers, let them stress test your game code. Don't make me have to pay more to test your game for you. I'm not going to buy your product while also being the product.
Well, that's the other thing though, is that when people do the betas and all that sort of stuff, the devs don't always listen to what the actual players are saying, because also you got that whole community people also are the problem for modern day gaming too, as well, because you complain, you'll say, look, this thing is bugged. Well, not really complaining, but you're saying this quest is bugged, or this is area bugged, crashes, whatever happens, and that normally goes to the community managers and all that sort of stuff, and then they're meant to tell the devs, but that doesn't always work, as
No,
we've seen.
Fully agree with that.
Yeah, so like the devs need to actually be in the game, which back in the day, like say, I don't know, when let's just say Elder Scrolls Online, for a good example, came along, they actually did have devs in there, in the actual beta with players.
Yeah.
And people will actually be discussing about what's going on, and the devs will actually be listening as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Digital Extremes, the creators of Warframe, because they're exactly like that. They are very communicative with their player base, with their fan base. They're constantly like, hey, we know we fucked up. We're fixing it. We promise. Oh, the player base didn't like this, yada, yada, yada. So here, we'll fix it. Like, they did something that the player base largely hated about 2 years ago. They released skins for Frost and for Mag. Two very, very old Warframes. However, they were FOMO gated, so that the time they were available for purchase was limited, and the purchase price for them was astronomical. And the player base absolutely hated it. And they made sure they were very vocal about it. DE apologized and said that they would be the only two to ever get released like that. There have been 3 heirloom skins released since the original 2, and none of them have been price gated, and none of them have been FOMO'd. They are available in-game for the premium currency of Warframe called Platinum, which you don't have to spend money to get Platinum. It's one of very few video games that I can think of whose premium currency is completely operated by a third-party player market. Where you can literally grind out modifications for Warframes and weapons, or grind out prime parts for Warframes and whatnot, and sell them to other players for their premium currency to earn your own. You don't have to spend a dime.
Yep.
DE has quite literally they changed my opinion on free-to-play games. Because they're the first game to genuinely make me feel like if I want to throw them money, it's because I want to throw them some support. Not because I have to progress. Not because I have to because I want this thing. Like, it's genuinely every dime I've spent on Warframe since I started playing has been because, hey, I fuck with the developers. They're constantly doing a good job. They're constantly putting out free updates. They do every 3 months, they do a minor update. Every 6 months, they do a massive major update. All of it's free, always has been. Like, I don't mind throwing you $30 here, $50 there, maybe $100 if I want to make a big purchase. Yeah. But like so many games, it's like all right, I have no other choice. If I want to keep playing, I gotta fucking swipe that credit card, swipe that debit card. Gotta give up my fucking firstborn.
Well,
Hell
there
yeah.
are some other free-to-play games that are sort of like that. Like, you don't have to give the credit card. You can actually go in the game, get everything you want. Like the slow way, of course. Shit, trying to remember the game now.
Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals is a great example of not
Yeah,
needing to
there's
pay to play. It's
Like,
all
you-
cosmetic only.
Exactly. Like I can get down with that if it's cosmetic only, but
And I didn't know this until recently. For anybody that may be a college student, if you link your school email address to your Marvel Rivals account, every season you get to rent for free 10 skins for rotating characters.
Hmm.
So
That's pretty
like
cool.
last season, I got to have available to play with Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm's wedding ensemble outfits without having to pay for it, just because I linked my college email account.
that's pretty dope, dude. They don't have that kind of stuff in most games. The only one that I can think of, is Overwatch, but that one's also mostly cosmetic.
yeah, but
Now,
Overwatch is-
however,
It is now.
their loot box controversy from several years ago caused like the EU to get involved and be like, "Yo, like, you gotta chill on the gambling aspect."
People
of
love
your
that
game.
shit. And you know what the worst part is? I would have rather had loot boxes compared to what they have now.
well, the game is, yeah.
Loot boxes are a FOMO type deal that cause children to spend an exorbitant amount of money. We're looking at it from the perspective of grown adults, whereas Overwatch is primarily for children and teenagers.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the same thing with Fortnite as well. Kids are actually asking their parents or taking the parents' credit card and swiping it to get whatever they need.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that either. However, like, at least with that purchase, you know exactly what you're getting. You don't have to open 50 loot boxes and hope that
Well-
you get it. And if you don't, buy 50 more.
Didn't Fortnite have loot boxes at one stage?
No,
I thought ages
They've
ago
always-
there was.
the only loot boxes that they've had are in Save the World, and those are gotten in game for meeting milestones throughout playing Save the World. But I don't recall a time that Fortnite, like the Battle Royale version, has ever had loot
Yeah.
boxes
No,
itself.
but they've had battle passes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, battle passes is. It is the same, but it's kind of not, because
Yes.
battle passes can go for free, and then you can actually, if you want to get the extra stuff, you can pay for it. So that's kind of a yes and a no.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a form of over monetization. It's still a
Yes.
form of overly microtransactioning your players. But loot boxes are egregious because there's no guarantee of the item you want and getting it. So
Yeah,
what it does to kids is it teaches them early on how addictive gambling mechanics are.
Yeah, where the battle pass is, you know what you're getting.
So
That's
while
true.
I don't agree with paid battle passes, I don't agree with like heavy monetization for things like skins. Like, some Fortnite skins are egregiously priced, like terribly priced.
And- Oh my god, speaking of really terrible priced items, what was the last one they put out? One of the games put out Bayonetta skin. I think
What
it
game?
was. Yeah, what game was that? It was a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Oh, that probably the First Ascendant had a Bayonetta thing.
That was
They
it.
had
That
one.
was it.
But they also had a 2B one as well. Collaboration.
That shit was expensive though. It was like I think it was like $30.
I don't think it was $30. I don't know. It depends because it depends on the platinum chip thingy bobs you have to pay for. So
Yeah.
I can't remember how.
Their premium currency thing.
Yeah, how that was.
I had to stop playing First Descendant. It got too Gooner friendly, and it made me feel weird playing it.
It made me feel like a tickled pickle.
Yeah, I still play it here and there. It doesn't really make me feel like a gooner tickling whatever.
I just don't like running around and everybody's in bikinis. Everybody's asshole is basically puckered into my face.
You was gonna say something, Gilly?
Nah, I'm just listening right now, bub.
I thought I heard you say something. Sorry.
But like, honestly, that's pretty much just almost the same as like a lot of other MMOs as well, too. With all the transmogging that you can do, changing your armor to look like something else as well. So
It's
okay,
me,
I can understand if someone who doesn't really look. Yes, I can understand your statement, but also I can also say, well, unfortunately, it's a skin that has that is allowed on a free to play game or even a paid one.
and I get that, but
yeah.
I don't need scantily clad women in my game, to be honest with you. I don't need scantily clad men in my game. I don't need scantily clad individuals in general in my game. If I'm playing a game, and yes, I get that First Descendant is a power fantasy game and that you can basically do whatever. But to me, from an aspect of purely thinking about the game, there is no armor value in a bikini.
No.
If you're getting shot at with high-powered fucking Gauss rifles and you're in a bikini, you're not tanking that shot. So to me, it's a stupid cosmetic for gooners. And I'm not a gooner. I don't need gooning material in my game.
Okay, if you want to go it that way, what about Cyberpunk then?
I don't agree with Cyberpunk either.
No, but what I'm saying is that clothing in Cyberpunks mean absolutely jack shit. There's no armor rating or anything like that at all. It's all got to do with cybernetics. So you can actually change in Cyberpunk full lore. You can actually change your skin into the actual robotic stuff, which it turns into armor. So therefore, clothing makes no sense either.
But this is clothing also the same. This is also the same game that you can change your wiener sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could do that in other games too.
I just personally do not enjoy gooner bait in video games in general.
Yeah,
like it feels forced, and it makes me feel sleazy to play or watch being played.
Well, again, that's fine, because I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing whatsoever. I'm just saying, just trying to point out that there are some aspects where, like I said, like Cyberpunk clothing means absolutely jack crap. Like,
yeah, but your cybernetics do.
Yeah. That's all.
Your physical clothing means nothing, but your cybernetics are how much you can tank damage,
yes,
and stuff like that. Whereas, like, you can actually also see the effect of your cybernetics. But
and to go with First Descendant, there is an actual character that is full cybernetic as well. So her whole body is robotic. So she doesn't actually have, like proper limbs or anything.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
I'm more so talking about like the regular smegular characters like Bunny. Like
Killer J.
And what are some of the other female characters that have like just weirdly over-sexualized clothing options for no
Well,
reason?
that's pretty much nearly all of them, apart from like any new female that's popped up doesn't actually have that much because again they're new and they don't have the clothing designed on them or whatever it is. But again, I
It's just-
understand what you mean.
I feel like if I was in like my teens or my 20s, that shit would be right up my alley. But I'm like 35, so cartoon girls in scantily clad outfits don't do anything for me.
half the time I'm not even worrying about that as well, because the majority of the time I'm just shooting the crap out of things and making sure that doesn't kill me. Even though I'm pretty much extremely powerful, I could take on pretty much most things with certain characters anyway. And
I'm not saying I'm not saying that people can't enjoy that. I'm not saying that First Ascendance is a bad game in any way. I still have like 250 hours in it from when it first launched.
So how about them fucking simulator games?
Depending on the sim.
Lawn mowing simulator.
I never.
What's the point of that?
Well,
simulate lawn mowing.
So majority of them are either meant to be funny or just, as people would say, cozy.
I enjoy. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I enjoy some dumb sims every now and again. Something to just like lose time to. I'm an insomniac, so like I will literally just boot up bullshit and play it to past 6 hours.
He plays Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator is hilarious.
It is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. A lot of those sims are. The only actual simulator I probably would do is back in the day was SimCity or The Sims, that sort of thing. But all the other stuff, no, I don't see the point of that.
Or, what was it? The Jurassic Park Builder. That's like a building simulator. It's pretty cool.
But if it's building, I would probably enjoy it a lot. It was I used to do the whole SimCity stuff, and then there's other games where you just build and you have to survive and all that sort of stuff. And then also, but again, with the Jurassic Park stuff, it's probably even more hilarious when you build up your park, you see everyone all having fun, and then you just decide to let the dinosaurs go out just for fun, just to see what happens.
I can't promise you that I haven't done that at least once.
It's the same as when you do.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious to see a fucking velociraptor just start attacking a random group of people.
Yeah, and people did that in The Sims as well. You build a house and you're okay, that's fun. Then you have your sim person, in the swimming pool, and then you just start getting the ladders and just watch them.
But I did learn something. I did learn something very valuable on that simulating game. The Jurassic Park Builder, I learned that velociraptors generally prefer dark meat.
I'm not gonna.
So I mean, I learned
information to know.
I learned something today, or that day, I should say. I don't know why. I just thought that was funny.
Now I know what to feed my pet velociraptor when I get it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they have the new Jurassic World Builder. I kind of want to buy that. I don't know why. I'm waiting for it to come out on Switch too, because I'm a Nintendo.
Because they're fun. Like you said beforehand, it's fun. You go build up your park and all that sort of stuff, and then you know what? I'm gonna let my T-Rex out. I want to see what happens. And then
my thing is I like to get the dinosaurs, put them in the same enclosure. Let's see who can take on the T-Rex. We got 2 Carnotaurs, and then we got the Tyrannosaur over here. But
that's mean.
Yeah,
what does Carnotaurs do to you?
They usually
looked at me funny.
And there are some good simulator games. Like one I've been dying to buy my son. We always bond over these, but it's called Pigeon Simulator, and it was on Xbox, I believe, exclusively, because I haven't seen it on Steam yet. But it's basically a game where you play as a pigeon, similar to Goat Simulator. So you can only imagine what they do in that game.
So you're pretty much a flying rat.
Flying rat and pooping on people. That's something
Well-
that Gilly's always wanted to do in his life.
What, fly around and poop on people?
Absolutely. No, I don't do very many simulators. I think the only thing I've really messed with that I'd call a simulator is like scroll with the gun.
Yeah, that was
I enjoyed that for a little bit.
you watched my stream. You playing it, didn't you?
I did.
That
Got
I
to
made
bust
you
it out on
buy
the portal.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's fun. It's fun, and I want to waste 2 hours, and that's pretty much it. That's like a one and done scenario. We talked about microtransactions. We talked about we've talked a lot of the bad stuff, but one of the things that really bothers me the most about modern gaming, and we're not even going to talk about the woke shit because that's a political thing, and I'm not going to get into it. But I will say is the developers just simply not listening to their fans.
It's not only that; it's actually the writers as well. Okay, so when you're getting like a game, let's just going for a game that actually has storyline and all that sort of stuff. It's actually also the writers not writing, proper stories, proper dialogue for other characters. And again, it's not going into the word crap. It's just people can't write for some reason. They hire people who are pretty much doing like primary school stuff. Kids still. That's what it feels like. I'm talking to a kid.
Yeah.
And discussing whatever they're trying to discuss to me.
Completely lost my train of thought there.
Were you saying that how the developers as well is also
Yeah,
the problem because they don't listen to their players?
Exactly. When it comes to the developers not listening to their fans, what they're doing specifically is they're listening to the smaller demographic, the streamers, which I know we outnumber them, but they're listening to the streamers, what the streamers want, and the game developers. They're listening to what the game developers want. They're not listening to their fans, the people that go out and spend their hard-earned money to buy these games. The developer or most of the time the streamers, they actually get it for free because they want to be sponsored by certain individuals. And then
I have like literally 2 examples on both of those things you just mentioned.
Yep.
And it's Fortnite. When this latest chapter released, players were loving the fact that they increased the spawn rate of shockwaves, which is a movement device that helps you either engage in battle or escape from a battle pretty quickly. And they had like buffed them from the previous season by like 150% spawn rate, so like everyone had access to them. And then the super sweaty should probably quit playing a children's game on streamers started crying. I can't get any kills because people just run away. I can't get any kills because people just keep shockwaving. And so Epic nerfed shockwave spawn rate. And then streamers were still mad because the spawn rate was too high. And so they nerfed it again. And it's like, bro, not every match needs to be super competitive. If I'm playing in casuals and I want to shockwave halfway across the fucking map, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, but they let these streamers control every fucking aspect of their game. Every nerf, every buff, every change they make is because some streamer cried to their fucking liaison at Epic.
They did.
Like, streamers are ruining the fucking game. Absolutely. And then like going on to your getting shit for free thing. There was a streamer called like Happy Girl, and people were complaining about like the piss poor free skins that we got for Christmas this year compared to Christmas last year. And she basically turned around and was like, y'all need to stop complaining. It's free skins. They don't have to do anything. You get every one of your skins for free. You have not had to spend a dime of your own fucking money in the shop in the 2 years that you've been an Epic partner. Shut up on the price of things. Shut up on what they give us compared to what they don't give us. Maybe sit this one the fuck out.
What do you think, Gilly?
Well, I really don't have a dog in the online bit about this because I try not to play online games anymore after I got burnt out on Destiny.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Destiny.
5,000 hours in the first
one or
game.
two. I'm guessing two.
And one.
Two,
I played for like 500 hours, but I just got burnt out.
Yes.
Like just the content and shit was just kind of felt rehashed. And then them locking us out of our content just kind of
Them removing
putting it out.
The DLC from the game. Them vaulting paid DLC. Was, yeah.
Well, I hated when they vaulted the Red War. Because I actually enjoyed that.
It was a good
cool.
story. You know, like that's one thing that I loved about Destiny is, I eventually got a clan in the first one that we, did all the raids and shit with and Sherpa'd people through. But like, I enjoyed just being able to sit down and just chill after fucking work for a couple hours and do whatever the fuck I wanted. If I wanted to level up a gun, do that, get armor, go through missions, do the raids and all that shit, strikes, whatever. Even dabble with the goddamn multiplayer if that, struck my fancy.
Yeah, I had, a friend of mine was pestering me to get into Destiny 2, and I'm like, dude, I didn't enjoy Destiny 2. No, it wasn't actually.
Oh, that's surprising me.
But I was like, I didn't enjoy it when I first played it. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it now. And this was back in 2022. The new player experience for Destiny 2 is fucking atrocious. You load into the game, you get past all the credits and the title screen, bam, instantly hit with a pull out your wallet and pay me money thing. You exit out of that, bam, another one comes up. You play the interlude, which is literally just the escape mission from the fucking end of the Red War. Bam, you're hit with another pay me to play. Like, bro, I did 2 fucking missions on the game and you asked for my wallet 3-4 times already.
I still can't believe people pay for that shit. Like, they've been slipping hardcore. Like, Bungie in general has been slipping hardcore. Like, their latest fiasco was all the plagiarism in the latest game they're getting ready to release. It's going to bomb because Arc Raiders is already murdering it. I know, Gilly, you don't like Arc Raiders.
No, I'm not a fan of the just all the open world shit that we're kind of like doing this generation. It's like every game it's open world like I do miss, the 360 era. You get those like 8 to 10 hour shooters. Granted they weren't, best quality or whatever, but they were still fun.
Gears of War, man, when that shit came out, I'm replaying the Gears of War Reload on my Steam Deck, and I've been having a blast because it's a straight narrative experience and it's fun. And yes, I agree with you because before that I had played Metroid Prime 4, and not everything has to be open world because they really fucked up the whole Metroid Prime 3, or excuse me, Metroid Prime 4. They fucked it all up. Like I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it.
It fucked the flow up on it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like what they did with like
Desert was unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like Halo Infinite, I believe, was the open world one they done. Yeah, that one I could not get into that. I tried playing that game like 8 or 9 times on different occasions, and I could not get into it because I don't want to play goddamn Far Cry. It's like
Far Cry.
Every game lately.
Not every game has to have that Assassin's Creed Far Cry loop, and that's what everybody's doing now. And like that doesn't bring quality or meaningful experience to me. It's like me personally, I like story narrative games. Like that's basically what I stream now. So like Claire Obscure, like developers like them are coming out of this mess. So it's like one of the positives of this, like your indie developers. There's a demo that I tried. It's We Harvest Shadows on Steam. The guy was one guy, fucking made an amazing fucking like hour and a half demo of the game.
Oh,
He's
wow.
finally gotten support. He's got like a 6-crew team now, and they got picked up. They were featured on one of Keeley's segments, and he's got a contract now. Like, I like that indie developers now are starting to get more of a say. I know that they did like the EA partners back in the day, like 360 era, I believe. And that's where we got American Nightmare from Remedy. So I just I don't know where to go with that.
Well, I was gonna say, so it sounds like because you like story and all that stuff, which I do as well. Like old games like Mass Effect or Dragon Age and all that sort of stuff, they weren't full open world. There was kind of semi-open world, but they still had a story narrative. Is that what you kind of saying that you enjoyed things like?
But I think what he's saying is I don't personally think that all open world games are bad. Like for instance, you got the Metal Gear Solid. What was it? The Metal Gear Solid 5,
Phantom Pain.
Yeah, that one was mostly open world, and I thought it was well done. Like it is great because there's plenty of shit to do and shit to find. Breath of the Wild, same thing, and then they added with Tears of the Kingdom, but
it's the arcadification of objectives. Like look at the Star Wars Outlaws. It was literally just Far Cry, but in Star Wars. Look at Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, just Far Cry, but blue. Like,
yeah, they just kind of are copying and pasting the one idea that worked for like 2 or 3 months, and they're like behind on what they need to be doing. Like, I get everybody likes these games. We just talked about it. Sorry.
that's okay, dude.
Well, not to
Arc Raiders. Yeah.
So
games in that genre, like I get the appeal of them. Having like that open world fantasy, with your friends. I get it, but I don't want every goddamn game coming out to have that feature.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to do it, I want you to come out and I want you to have like a set pay scale with it. If you want to just make a single player game, I want you to launch it at like $30-$40 if you're not giving me multiplayer. If you're only doing multiplayer, just give me a $30-$40 bundle deal or, something along the lines of that instead of tacking on shit we don't fucking need.
Yeah,
That's
but the
true.
problem, the other thing is that they're two different games. So Arc is actually Extracture. Okay, so you go in there, get what you want, and then you bugger off. That's it. And you do it on a repetitive loop over and over again. So it's not exactly the same as something like Mass Effect or anything like that as well. They're two different separate things.
Yeah, one's RPG, one's, like I said, extraction shooter, yeah.
Yeah, so...
No, but like a lot more games are wanting to do the extraction shooter aspect or the team... Or just adding multiplayer.
I get that, but also the problem with that is, like we discussed as well, when something big comes along and works, like, sorry, I keep bringing up, like, Baldur's Gate 3, okay, and also 33 as well. They're both, come out of nowhere, exploded. Same as Arc. So you're going to have all the companies want to follow that pattern because they saw how that game worked or that company blew up, so they want that money. So that's what you're going to get. That's been through the whole gaming history for quite some time as well, too. I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's bad because it shows their lack of really knowledge and willing to actually go out the box. Yeah, because if you look at all Far Cry, it's exactly the fucking same. After 3, it's just the same. Copy and paste, just different story.
Yeah, 5 was still good though. I liked 5.
Well, yeah, yes, but like I said, it's all copy and paste, the same thing. You go around a big world, go outposts and all that sort of stuff, and everything. It was just copy and paste.
And the example, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I loved playing Tears of the Kingdom, but like, there's rumors now that they're going to be reusing the exact same engine and all the assets for this a new Zelda game they're coming out with that's going to be like some stupid shit where it's across dimensions. No, like you can't continue to do the same safe shit. You've got to take chances. You've got to deliver something new, like truly new and imaginative.
Well, to be fair to the developers and shit, games cost a shit ton of money now, especially with like the experiences they're trying to give us. So like I understand them wanting to play it safe, but like I would still, like I said before, like, you know, give me a team of like 40, 50 people and give me, you know, like a 6 to 8 hour game for $30 while you guys are like fucking trying to make those big AAA games.
So not to try and be the one that's being mean or anything like that. Okay, so I have to disagree with you in that aspect, how games cost too much. I would say the West games, you know, the ones over on the West development do cost too much. I'll agree with that. But unfortunately, the Eastern games do not. They cost less, massively. And then you got the indies as well with, you know, their small groups of people that
Hollow
does
Knight
cost less as well.
$20.
So, yeah, so yes to some of that, but also I'll have to disagree with other parts as well.
To piggyback off of that, like let's look at Power World versus Pokemon Legends ZA. Both had a $13 million budget. One is an expansive open world with insane 3D graphics and a bunch of shit you can do. The other one is Pokemon Legends ZA.
I won't talk about it.
Well, we are going to talk about it now, Jay. Let's talk about it.
Oh God, I bought that game on Switch. Well, I mean, here's the thing. The reason why I did it is they added that with the Metroid Prime 4, and I went ahead and said, you know what? I'm just going to pay $100 to get both games digitally, and that's exactly what I did. Now, I won't say that I regret buying it because, you know, for the most part, I have got at least some of my money's worth. I still haven't finished it yet, but another example of an incomplete game because they shoehorned some of this shit out of the game, like just took it out and then all of a sudden brought it back in and charged you $30. Fuck that. But
I'm thoroughly confused how Game Freak, Nintendo, and the Pokemon Company spent $13 million on 2D wallpaper textures and one map that is so incredibly small you can run from one edge to the other in 3 minutes.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. When I played Legends Arceus, and I thought, you know, what if they did their own take on Arceus? Like, bring it back to the OG Pokemon games. Like, for me, one of my favorites was X and Y. They were on the 3DS, and they were absolutely fantastic. And I thought, you know, what if they did that, but put it in Legends Arceus? And what we got was dog shit compared to that.
Absolutely. And when you consider the fact that Pokemon is the highest grossing media of all time. Grossing media. That means video games, cartoons, toys, everything.
Dude.
They have made the most money in the history of creation. And you mean to tell me you're putting out slop like ZA, bro? I don't. And a lot of people will defend it. Oh, it's a placeholder game for when Winds and Waves come out. I don't fucking care. Don't release a game like that.
I mean, if you're gonna send out a game like that, like that's like a $40 game at most.
Absolutely. And then to gate some of the mega stones behind forced play online.
Oh, like, and not even that. Most of the evolutions were cut from the initial game just to be able to put in the DLC.
Into the DLC.
Yeah, just to give you incentive. Like getting a Mega Evolve Victory Bell was something I've always wanted.
Yeah, but Jay, you're a Nintendo slut anyway, so you know.
But I still call them out. I still I do consume their products, but when you release shoddy stuff, and shoddy business practice. I'm gonna call it out. Like I didn't
Well-
care. I didn't care so much for them breaking people's console, for jailbreaking it or whatnot, because that's something that I'm never gonna do anyways. So it
If I
doesn't
buy
affect
hardware,
me.
it belongs to me. I should be
Yeah.
allowed to do whatever I want with it.
Yep. But them bringing this slot for Pokemon, like, and also correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not that well with Nintendo, because I don't really play that. So, but that allowed Power World to be where they are as well.
Didn't they change it to where it was originally balls that they were throwing to catch the monsters, and then they changed it to
Yeah,
boxes?
so at the beginning it was balls, and I think that sounds so wrong, but yeah, so it was, and then I think because Nintendo had a big huff, they had to change it as well.
Yeah, Power World has had to change a couple different things. So originally, when you would capture a PAL and a PAL sphere, when you wanted that PAL to fight an enemy or whatever, you could literally throw the PAL sphere out, and it would auto attack whatever the PAL sphere had hit. But Nintendo was like, no, that's our mechanic. You can't do that. So they had to remove the throwing of the PAL sphere to release the PAL and make it to where when you want the PAL to come out, it just kind of magically appears at your side. And then there was the whole, some PALs you could hold onto their leg and glide with them. Nintendo was like, no, that's our mechanic. You can't do that. So now we can only use gliders.
Well, to be fair, one brother should have actually said, "I actually know that's from Harry Potter and all that sort of stuff as well." Like, there's been games way before that's had it as well. Like,
the Pokemon Company has been, and Nintendo have been trying their damnedest to create patents that they don't have the patent for, and saying, no, that's our patent. Bro, what do you mean? That's not.
And also,
creature capture mechanics are not your patent. You know why? Because creature capture mechanics existed before you, and they'll continue to exist after you.
Well, didn't Pokemon's come from some other game as well?
A lot of Pokemon monsters.
Quest.
One of the things that they got on Power World about was how similar some PALs look to Pokemon. Like, Pokemon didn't rip a lot of their designs from fucking Dragon Quest and Monster Quest.
Yeah, so like the whole thing's just stupid, really, to actually be truthful.
Yeah, and the Pokemon fanboys who fucking enjoy sucking off Nintendo, they're just like, oh, they keep plagiarizing everything. I can't wait till Power World fails. Pokemon the best. Like, shut up, bro. You know why Power World exists? Because Pokemon lacks, and it left a gap in the fucking market.
Exactly.
And
there was a lot of Pokemon people who actually played Power World. Sorry, Joe, I cut you off.
I hope they changed it to boxes, because if they changed it, from throwing balls to boxes, I am totally gifting that game to Rudy. You know why? I want to see him run around the map saying, "Get in my box, you little monster."
That's just so wrong in so many levels.
No, but seriously, we miss you, Rudy. I wish you would have came by, but I hope you feel better. Anyways, I'll give a special mention to him before we end. Pokemon, it's been like, these game developers lately have been absolutely fucking lazy. Like, what happened when each iteration of a game, they were not supposed to be the same game released multiple times. You're supposed to have incremental updates, like find something new, like from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. They, even though it's technically the same assets, they changed up the map and gave you an absolute shit ton more stuff to do.
Yep.
Which I'm okay with. But like the whole sequel thing, dude, they get so fucking lazy. Like Mass Effect 3 back in the day, they made you pay for DLC in order to get the true ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Who
didn't
remembers that?
Wasn't there a Prince of Persia game that had you pay for the final boss?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was
Maybe.
360 era too.
I think
wouldn't be
that was.
surprised.
Yeah, that
Well,
was definitely Ubisoft.
You gotta remember. I think it was the first DLC pay transaction thing was. I believe it was Oblivion with the horse armor.
See, I was thinking that too, but I actually think Xbox done it first because I remember paying for multiplayer maps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, I can't remember which one.
Halo
did it first,
2.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
it'd been
like,
Halo 2 or Knights of the Old Republic, whichever one of those came out first.
Halo 2,
yeah.
I think. Well, I don't know. They did have
And you-
KOTOR 2.
Yeah, actually, you're talking about the MMO, correct?
No, the
No? Or the actual
RPG.
single. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that would be Halo. No, Halo would have come last because KOTORs were pretty old.
Yeah, I feel like they were like almost a launch title, not quite, but they were in that window.
Yeah, they were back in where BioWare actually knew how to write stories.
I know, it's so depressing.
BioWare.
Yeah,
Oh.
like to see BioWare fall so hard is it hurt. It hurt. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's same. Like KOTOR 1 and 2 are like on my all-time favorite lists.
Well,
And then just
yeah.
Dragon
See, when
Age
I- they
1
went,
and
man.
2.
Well, okay. So KOTOR, both of them I love. I love all the Dragon Age, apart from I'm not just the not talking about Vanguard, because that's not Dragon Age whatsoever. So Dragon Age 1 to 3, Mass Effect 1 to 3 were all good. Okay, even the MMO for Knights of the Old Republic, I actually still like. That's actually like, apart from not talking about their devs, because they don't want to listen to their fan base and all that sort of stuff. But the base game was really great. Like each class had its own story, you know, and all that sort of stuff. So that, again, this is when BioWare was actually fucking good with story. You know, they had gay characters who were written perfectly. They didn't have, you know, that wasn't part of their whatever. And yes, I know, sorry, Jay, not trying to get into political. You know,
They had
wacky
gay
stuff, but-
characters whose sole characteristic wasn't just gay person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
pretty much.
They were well written, and you know people loved them. Doesn't, or you know, some people probably didn't, but majority of people probably loved them because they actually had pretty good stories for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you one of our last topics for tonight. You want it? You ready for it? Shoddy PC ports.
Oh, you mean like Monster Hunter Wilds?
Yes, Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, oh my god, it still runs like dog shit.
Actually, I would say there was even before that. You had Horizon Dawn. I think that wasn't as bad, but it did have some issues. There's a few other Sony ones that went from them to PC, and it was even worse than Monster Hunter Wild.
Last of Us Part 1 was really infamous for being buggy as shit.
The first week of Spider-Man 2 on PC was kind of rough.
Yeah. Like, they're not taking the time that they should. They're rushing through the development, which is why we get shoddy products, and then they go in and fix them later. Like,
but
come
I
on.
will say Stellar Blade went pretty well that I
Yeah.
know of.
Gilly,
That one
you played the
would.
shit out of that game, didn't you?
No, actually, that's one that's on my playlist though.
I think there was another. I'm trying to think of. There's one that Roku used to play quite a
Date
lot.
everything.
Well, no, not that. We're not going there. No, I think it was. Oh shit, can't remember it, man. 4-player co-op game.
Left 4 Dead?
Hang on 1 second. Trying to find my.
That's something that they've been doing a lot
Hell
more
Dive.
frequently too. Helldivers, hell yeah.
That's it. Sorry, I had a brain fart massively. I was trying to work out the game. Yeah, Helldivers 2 went pretty well as well.
God, I played the fuck out of it. Me and my brother actually platinumed that last Christmas.
Yeah, you played the shit out of it, and we played the shit out of it together too.
Yep, did a couple of streams on that one.
Yeah, we should play that again. Like, I know that it's probably died off, but I still
I think it's still going.
Nah,
But
it's still rolling.
I mean, like, not died off isn't completely gone, but like most of the player base is kind of like scattered to the wind. But I mean, who knows? Maybe Killdivers has still got a huge fan base.
No, they kind of fell into not having enough content to keep people in.
Yeah,
That's kind of what happened with it.
and that's the problem with online stuff as well.
Yeah.
but it still has its dedicated players, though. But
Well, every game almost does. There's always the hardcore players. But still going back to the porter, they're back in, 2000, 2020s or so, or, before that, when Sony decided to actually start porting their games onto the PC, yeah. The early stages, a lot of the games didn't work well on PC. Like, all the ports had to be patched several times before they even got them to work properly. But nowadays, it seems, apart from a few, but majority of them actually are, working quite well for the PC.
it just takes them for fucking ever to get there.
They should just stick on the console.
But here's the thing.
I don't understand how console ports come out so bad when literally all games are coded on PCs.
Exactly.
What's not
It is-
that
it
is
is a
reduced
conundrum.
as well.
And here's one for you. The thing about PC gaming and the problem with some of the games they release, buggy as shit. It's kind of like, for me, it's always the wait and see. Like, I really want to play the game and I'm really excited, but I'm like, I bet it's going to be really shoddy at launch. So that it's kind of like punishing the people that actually want to play the game day one. That's what it's doing.
2 to 3 week or 2 to 3 month wait, man. That's where it's at.
Man. Monster Hunter.
Yeah. See, that's where
I think
it
Monster
comes to the
Hunter Wilds-
conclusion. Yep.
I feel like Monster Hunter Wilds is the first game to have a terrible PC port that every time the devs try to do something, they make it worse.
Well,
It is bad.
isn't World much better now? Everyone rather play World and then
Yeah,
World is really good. Like, it is perfect. Even Rise is perfect. Like, I like to go in and play Rise from time to time. I still have that shit downloaded on my Switch. Which, by the way, I'm gonna show this bad boy off. It's Atomic Purple.
nice. I miss the crystal shells, man.
Man, those were the days. Those were the days. But my brother made that for me. But I've been playing the shit out of Rise here lately, because every time I get into Worlds, it's kind of like, or excuse me, Wilds, it's kind of like, oh shit, here we go again. Let's see what they fucked up this time.
the story I didn't really enjoy that much either. Like, I'm sorry, but that kid probably needed to go away massively.
Yeah.
The
I
kid
didn't
probably
care.
needed to get eaten by a monster.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I went into the game expecting to not like the story, because I don't care how good the story is. I'm here to hunt monsters, man. I'm an OG fan. Fuck all that story shit.
But okay, going on that, when I actually went into it, I found it way too easy to kill the monsters. Like, it was easier than World.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of Monster Hunter veterans have said that Wilds is definitely Monster Hunter baby form.
It is. I would say, Monster Hunter Rise was easy, but not to this degree. Like, I remember there were some monsters that I literally had to reach out to my friends, like, hey man, I'm gonna need your help with this bitch.
Look, the only... Oh, no, go Jeff.
Nah, you go ahead.
I was going to say, the only monster that I found hard was the one with the chains in Wilds. That was it.
The main
Yeah. The main bad one, or whatever it is. That was the only one that I felt was actually hard. Everyone else, I just killed it. It was like, what the hell's going on? This is too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it's true, but
I tell you what, though, to give Gilly something, Monster Hunter Wilds runs good on PlayStation 5 Pro.
Hell yeah.
It does not run on my RTX 4070 Super it's GPU, but it runs on PlayStation 5 Pro. So
That's a conundrum.
exactly. So with that being said, we're gonna start with Val.
Yo,
What you got going on?
me? Not much. I would. Let's see. On Thursdays, I'm normally on Noises panel discussing whatever topics or random stuff that pops up for him. The other thing is I've got D&D that I do as well, which is on either. I've got 2 sessions of that over Saturdays and Sundays for you Americans. As I play as a drow or a goblin, depending on which one I'm doing. That's pretty much it. But other than that, I'm just like here randomly playing games. I'm not a streamer.
Just doing whatever it is you want to do. How about why did I go full screen? Hold on. All right, what you got going on? Maximum Potato.
Not much really, man. Mostly focused on school. Always on Warframe. It's become my hyper obsession again since the old piece dropped. Love that fucking game. Love that update. It definitely reinvigorated my love for the game after being gone from it for a year. Other than that, not a whole lot, to be honest with you. Schoolwork in Warframe is basically all I can handle at this point.
He did. Pig Slam was just saying that you turned into an anime girl just for us. That was awesome. Yep. He is so sensitive and in touch with his feelings. We love the food.
Whoa. Yeah, I was gonna say, just don't look down because you might find something else.
Giggity. What you got going on, Gilly?
Well, right now, currently, I am doing a Resident Evil marathon. We're about halfway through with it. We finished the mainline games. We'll be starting the side games and the VR games probably this weekend into next week. And in between that, I've been streaming Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which has very, very close to being one of my top favorite RPGs of all time. Still about halfway through on that, I believe. But I am going to stream after this if you're interested. It's on YouTube at Gilly Games. We'll probably start 11:45 or so. But yeah, that's about all I got.
Nice.
Good times. Good times. And as always, if you are new... shit. Wrong person.
You want the anime chick again or what?
Let's try this again. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Show me some love. With that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.
Have a good night, everyone.